Salutations! I am called Algernon Q. Whipplebottom. It is with great reverence that I serve as your guide on this telegenic offering, which aims to celebrate that most significant of mankind's achievements, the child's plaything, colloquially known as the toy. Over my many years, I have enjoyed a thirst for these whimsical artifacts of joy. Indeed, I have acquired a great number of their exemplar. I wish merely to share my great affection. Join me, won't you, on our journey as I have the venerant pleasure of introducing our next exhibit. I give you Superman. Created just east of Cleveland, Ohio, of the United States, 8th grade schoolers Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster toiled away in each other's bedrooms and attics, eventually arriving at a version of that which became this monument to imagination the world over. Superman's very first appearance was in Action Comics #1, cover dated June 1938. Published by National Allied Publications, a precursor to the more commonly known DC Comics, the publishing giant with a deeply known legacy. That first issue sold for a paltry 10 cents, but that single dime was exchanged for what became the first sonic boom of America, then the world's compulsory exercise in merriment. That first dime created pop culture's first global superstar. While Superman's visage has evolved over the 8+ decades since his birth, he never strayed too far from his original appearance. Most versions through the sands of Superman's time will find him instantly recognizable. Depicted here as perhaps the most important since Action Comics #1 was first on newsstands. This is Superman's most classic look, lifted straight from the penciled and inked pages to appear in Superman the Movie, 1978. Of the many artifacts to be chosen for this chapter, I chose Toymakers Mezco Toyz 112 Collective, Superman 1978 edition. The likeness is that of actor Christopher Reeve, who brought life to the character during a time when the notion was laughable. Reeve would gain worldwide acclaim for making us all believe that a man could fly. Visual effects were impressive for the time in which the movie was produced, but Reeve's performance provided stability, was the best effect, and on that foundation rests Superman the Movie, its 3 sequels, and virtually all successful comic book superhero movies since. We give you the Fortress of Solitude control console. A wealth of peripherals accompany this Superman. None outshine this stunning inclusion. Straight from a scene in Superman the Movie and a key element in Superman 2, the console is a replica of that which would have appeared on his doomed world of Krypton. It provides Kal-El, Superman's Kryptonian birth name, a lens through which to view the echoes of a heritage he'll never experience. Included with the console are 3 Kryptonian crystals, akin to our thumb drives. These crystals contain limitless amounts of data from Krypton. The most important here is the green crystal. The green crystal contained the blueprint for the fortress itself and held massive amounts of importance to the sequel Superman 2, as he is able to access echoes of his own birth father, Jor-El. What a triumph. What's that, chap?
Oh yes, good show, Jorwick.
He reminds me of another curiosity, a slightly forgotten bit of history. Film director Richard Donner, responsible for directing Superman the Movie, and along with Reeve, an equal driving force behind its success, was removed from making Superman 2. Daft. Only decades later would he have the opportunity to right a wrong, as he was able to revisit his version of Superman's second cinematic viewing For a wonderful treat, please give Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut, a viewing. It is perhaps among comic book movies' best-kept secrets, and among the most shining examples of the genre. Superman 78 has been furnished with a great number of other accessories. Here you can see shards of kryptonite, his one true weakness, the additional console crystals, a plethora of hands for dynamic aerial poses and poses of combat, a Superman the Movie branded display base with attachable display arm, and, of course, my favorite of all accessories, interchangeable heads. The inclusion of the accessories and the many points of articulation allow for the creation of a wealth of classic Superman poses and virtually anything else one's imagination could conjure. Placing Superman in various heroic positions whisks us away to our childhoods where so many of us daydreamed our own adventures, casting ourselves as the man or woman of steel. However, in the intervening decades since the wonderfully warm global reception Superman the Movie received, comic book-based productions have found their ways to theaters with increasing frequency, many of which using Superman the Movie as a template. A great number of these movies have enjoyed tremendous success, which carved a path for Superman to find his own way back to theaters. Yet, Superman has been unable to equal their success, nor his own. Superman has found himself at odds with contemporary sensibilities. What is and what is not truly Superman is cloudy. Sadly, for as enduring as Superman's popularity appears, the themes around which the legend was built seem to have eroded in the face of big media, as so often Superman is dismissed as obsolete, too wholesome, even boring. A relic of a past, and an ideal that no longer exists. Are we led to believe that audiences have moved on from Superman, that Superman belongs to a generation that stood for values and ideals far different from today? Is an edgier Superman needed? I cry to you, no! We need that which Superman has always stood for now more than ever. Superman stands for hope. He is a friend whose example, fictional or otherwise, will outlast frivolous trends that call for a darker shade. Perhaps Superman's great power is not that he possesses fantastic otherworldly abilities. Perhaps his greatest power is the enduring idea that Superman's greatest strength is his unwavering faith in humanity as a force for good. This is why Superman represents hope. In this age, perhaps we need a little truth, justice, and the proverbial long-since cast-aside American way. We need our Superman to stay our Superman and let us have a totem of hope. Maybe Superman's wholesome example can show us the way back home. Well done, Mezco Toyz! You have managed to capture the true spirit of the character and the man who portrayed him. Christopher Reeve was the most shining of beacons as Superman on screen, yet, off-screen, he demonstrated the ideals behind the character by galvanizing his own personal tragedy into a force for hope. Mezco Toyz has created a fitting tribute to both. What an honorable pleasure it has been to bring this artifact of joy to you. Yet no need to bid farewell to Superman. With 80 years of history and counting, we are certain to reacquaint ourselves with our friend at some interval on our journey. Join Jorowick and I again next month when we travel back even further than 1938 and visit a character whose DNA can be found in almost all costume heroes. Until then, we shall dim the lights.